What's going on, guys? It's me, Shukashu. We are back with another Musume video. This video, we are going back to Oguri Cap. I think tomorrow night is when the CM starts. So I guess tomorrow, Wednesday, will be the last day before we get ready or get started with the CM on Thursday, which means round 2 will happen over the weekend, pretty much. So maybe I'll be able to post round 2 day 2 on Monday and then the finals on Tuesday. I think that's how it's gonna be. Just looking off the calendar, I think it's also gonna be the same for global because I think the CMs are the same day, but I'll clarify that later once I do the global video. But here we are back with Christmas Oguri Cap. Just wanted to see if I can get a better one because my two best ones are Measure Ramino and Maruzensky. I guess technically Cap, my UA8 Cap is up there, but yeah, I got a UA7. Technically I could bring this Kita if I wanted to try her out, but we'll see. We'll see if I train another one, a better one, before the CM video on Thursday. So for the setup, I'm just gonna use the same setup I've been using for the leaders that I've been training. So Almondai and Teo for the speed cards, using a friend current Bokidor stamina card, using Casino Dry Friend, Forever Young Wise, and Tamamo Power, and that is pretty much it for the setup. So with that being said, before we get started with the run and going over the comments, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. There is a channel called Circle Quest for those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request to join, it'll let me know that you want to join the circle. And then after that, head over to the comment section or the Circle Quest channel Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle instead of somebody else. But that being said, let us get started with the run. And I will go over the comments a bit later. Probably after the debut, as always. And I'm a little just, should I say paranoid? I wouldn't say paranoid, but I'm just like making sure that my mic is connected, and it is. I feel like I didn't do this yesterday, but it's all right. It worked. Once it happens once, I'll be looking at it for a couple videos and I'll get over it until it happens again. But it is what it is. It is what it is. This or this. I'm gonna pick the bond. But have I done anything? I did one story or one of the chapters or processes in Enfield. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but I did. But I still got a good amount to go. I think, I don't know how many more, but I think there's a good chunk of story that they released for 1.2. So there's that. I know Star Rail updates tonight, so there's that I can do, but you know, I should probably at we still got time. Low speed though. What was next week? So besides the 2 events that I have to do, because I think there is 2. But yeah, besides the 2 events, I don't think there's anything else I need to do in Wuwa besides wait for the anniversary and those 2 events. Then Zenless is just, oh, I still got to do that Men in Black looking event. When I first saw the event event page in game, I was like, really? This is what we're doing? I mean, I get it though. I get it because, you know, they own a movie shop or whatever. Kind of makes sense. Kind of makes sense. Other than that, I don't know. Mongol, I'm just pretty much slowly going through this story or whatever's been released. So far, I haven't been stopped, so I'm gonna keep going. Maybe. Maybe speed. The quicker I get speed to 2000, I'd say, the more comfortable I'd get. I don't know, I feel like it's been a thing for me in like past scenarios where if my speed stat is getting trained well, that means I don't have to worry about the other stats too much. But sometimes RNG is just a pain. Sometimes RNG is just a pain. But maybe within the next day or 2 before the CM, maybe I'll be able to train another Uma. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it could be a US, my first US. Whether it could be in this video, you never know. Or in tomorrow's video, the last training before the CM videos. Or in between if it happens. We'll see what happens. If not, it's alright. Because it would have to be a really good RNG run, I would say, in order for me to reach that. But I did get close, like halfway through UA 9, so I feel like it's possible with just a little bit more stats or, I guess, skill points for skills, I would say. Well, we'll see. We still got until around the end of June before the end of the scenario, so there's still some time to reach US before the end of the scenario. That'd be pretty neat. That'd be pretty neat. 46. We'll just work on speed. I've debated if I wanted to pull. Still don't feel like I should pull. Not with Golden Week coming up. Plus, don't know who's gonna get released for Golden Week. There's also that. Or, you know, the whole support card, so I'll just chill. I'll just chill and wait. Who knows? Maybe I can get her in the future somehow, some way. Getting spooked or something. That's all I can hope for. That is all I can hope for. I think that would probably be best. But I'm gonna start going over the comments. Starting off with Rick's comments, with the first one saying, I did pulls and got Katsuragi Ace, Taiki Shoto and Admire Groove, and Sports Festival Mambo in 60 pulls. Also, I got 3-star Umas in a row in one 10 pull. I wonder if this means my luck has run out for the rest of the year. I don't know how to answer that. I don't know how to answer that, Rick. I guess we'll find out in Golden Week, if you pull in Golden Week, or the next scenario when it comes out because of the support cards. And then I guess the half anniversary. We'll give it those next 3 specific banners if you do pull, to see how your luck goes, I guess. Maybe. But I'd say that is a good amount of Umas for 60 pulls, and you said you got 3 in 110 pulls, so Nova says, meanwhile, I'm like 170 in and got her. So Rick might be the new mustard here. Went down to 190k and kind of feeling bad right now. Oh well, I think it's just bad luck that CG decided to release her before Golden Week. Obviously, there's a baiting strategy going on. Do you feel that way because you wanted to pull for her? I mean, I did want to pull for her, but I'm like, I think I'm gonna just hold off. I mean, if I had over 200k, I probably would just went for it regardless, but I don't, so I'm gonna just chill and wait for Golden Week and for a different character, I guess. A different character, I guess. And then Kazuki also responded to the comments saying, kind of feel bad and sad for Daring Tack got left behind. Again, hope Cygames release her as soon as a playable Uma. Probably. She already has, what, two support cards, I think? Let me check on that. Is it 2 support cards? I feel like she has 2 support cards. Do that. Type Daring. Yeah, both Daring Tack and Daring Heart both have a Guts Guts and Wise SSR support card at the very least. Daring Tack doesn't have a SR card. That is quite weird because she has 2 SSR ones. They'll probably get one soon, or get released soon, I should say. It feels like they should. If they don't, well, I would say they're most likely gonna get randomly dropped, is what I would think, unless they somehow end up on the anniversary. Because honestly, Half Annie is up for grabs, because they really stay gold and Admire Groove 2 separate times already. So the half anniversary cards can't be used as predictions anymore. So there's room for the Half Annie. Heck, even Golden Week for one of them. But I guess you prefer Daring Tack. Based on your response. That's what I'm thinking, at least. But regardless, yeah, I feel like half anniversary is up for grabs now for whatever Uma they plan for it to be. Whatever Uma they plan for it to be. The next Rick comment says, I think you confused me with someone else. I live in Latin America and went to Miami for a week to visit my cousins. The time zone difference is usually 1 or 2 hours with Miami. Well, like I said, I don't know if it was you, but either way, I probably thought it was you because what was I gonna say? I either assumed you were in Europe for some odd reason, or is there an or? I don't know if there was an or, but yeah, either way, I knew I was wrong. I felt like I was wrong when I was mentioning it, or it could be someone else, as I think I was trying to say. Could it be? I think I could be confusing you with someone else. I think you're right. But then again, I'm not even sure where he's from. I wonder if Nova remembers. Nova, do you remember where Nuz is from? Just haven't heard from him in a long time, so I could be confusing Rick and Nuz. That's a big possibility there. My bad, Rick. My bad. Nova says, fun fact, the time zone was made by the British. Oof. If that is the case, I didn't know. If what you say is true, Nova, I didn't know that. You know what? Who created time zone? Oh, if I knew how to type. Who did that? I don't know who that is. Sir Sanford Fleming. At least according to me Googling. A Canadian railway engineer. So are we... I don't know what I was trying to say. That's what Google says. That's what Google says. I'm gonna assume that Canadian is not British though. I'm gonna assume that. Once again, I could be wrong. But I don't feel like Canadian and British is the same thing. So I don't know. But I didn't even bother thinking about Googling that in the past at all. But here we are. I just did it right now. Other than that, thank you, Rick, for all the comments, and Nova and Kazuki for replying to the comments. Next batch of comments, or the rest of the comments, are going to be from Nova. Starting off with, well, even if my luck in Uma is horrendous right now, at least my luck in reverse is still solid. First 50-50, and I got the Annie character. I think your luck in reverse has always been pretty good, hasn't it? At least that's how it feels like. At least that's how it feels like. I mean, 170. Yeah, that's kind of bad. That's pretty bad. But at least he didn't make it all the way to pity still. Even though basically did. I'll admit that you basically did. But, you know. You know. UC, Tissia, and Astro and Shiyu, and man, that team feels pretty good to use. Cissia's playstyle is pretty fun as well. I also learned that Seed is pretty easy to play as. Just accumulate stacks enough for empowered basic attack. Yep, and Astra is there to help with these switches. Although Sissia does do that, it's just better with Astra because it's more consistent. Unless you had like the other characters like Orpheus and Magus, I would say, or Trigger, I think. Maybe Dylan. No. Maybe not Dylan. Maybe. I haven't thought about it. I haven't tried it, so I don't know really. But moving on, it will only work out if you can sack both characters and weapons in Enfield. It's easy peasy. I feel like the next banners, I guess starting with 1.3, since phase 2 of 1.2 was just a rerun. So I guess starting with 1.3, if it is Mifu, it's gonna suck. So I hope I hope I get more currency saved up there. If Arcane gets released, that's gonna suck too, because I'm gonna want her also. And whatever other person, because one of the other characters that was shown in the picture that I saw, I don't know who she is, and it wasn't Arcane, so might want to pull her also. So the next couple banners after, or starting with 1.3, doesn't look safe. It does not look safe at all, and I was already ready to pull for Mifu and Fangi, but they kind of messed up the order or how they release things, because since Tong Tong's release, when I thought Rossi was supposed to get released before Tong Tong based on the story, but no. And then it was further confirmed because we saw Mifu, but Mifu's still not released, so it is what it is. I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know how they're doing the releases, but it is what it is. Should I just do this? Or should I? I should probably just do this. Only people who are excited for standard characters in WoW are either Varina-less or a Mega Lion Boy simp. You sure? Is that what it is? Is that what it is, Nova? Yeah, it's kind of weird still. It's like, why are we getting mad over a selector ticket when the selector ticket will most likely be just for standard banner characters? So I don't know why we're getting mad over standard banner characters, even regardless of it being a free copy or not. Maybe they're just thinking it's better than nothing. I guess. But like if I was gonna be honest, the only standard banner character I use is literally Varina. Whenever I use her. Other than that, not really using any of the others. Yeah. So it is weird. It is weird. Although I could technically compare with Star Rails, but I don't remember Star Rails, like what they're giving and all that. I'm gonna be honest. I don't exactly remember it. What would I want to do here? Actually, sure. Huanglong as a region still seem uninteresting to me. Guess I'll just have to see what they be cooking. I mean, it was the first um region. There wasn't really anything like made it stand out, I guess is probably what you're thinking. Because you know, Renacida did stand out. Lahai Roy is different. Huanglong just kind of just seems normal, if in a way. Septimont was different, obviously. Yeah, maybe it just the only thing that is worth mentioning in Huanglong was the big tree from the one event. From that one event. And if you want to include the place with Jue, Mount Firmament, I believe. Other than that, it just seems like a normal a normal region, I guess. With nothing special going on. Because if you think about it, it's true. Because it didn't get before flight was included in Huanglong. It was just a Renacida thing. That was already something that stood out. And then now with Lahai Roy and the motorcycle, another, you know. Plus, it was early on. But who knows? Well, maybe they'll come up with something for Huanglong. So we'll see. And field release pattern is kind of whack. I can't predict what they're going to throw at us next. Side games be teaching them to tricks, and I don't like it. That's what I'm saying, because at first I thought it was by story. But the first two banners, Lavitain and Gilberto, they were not in the story. Not counting the character stories. Yvonne was the first story related one, and it made sense because she was there first. And then you'd think Rossi. No. We got Tong Tong instead. So they released a Wuling character before the other what was the first area called again? Valley 4. Before Valley 4, so that already screwed it up. And then when I thought it was gonna be Mifu, they did Fang Yi first. So it's a whole lot of not being able to predict what they're gonna do next. It just seems like it was like story related, starting with Tong Tong, because now, well, with Fang Yi, I only played one of the chapters, so I'm not too sure, but I just know she is involved. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. How are you enjoying Mongol? As usual, I'm still in the phase of denial where I just tell myself I don't have time. I'm enjoying it. No complaints so far. Yeah, no complaints so far. It's been fun, different but similar at the same time. I guess I should say, because it does feel similar to other games, but different based on like the vibe of it, I guess. I guess that's one way to say it. I do like the characters. I do like the characters. I'm already in a spot where I'm like, I want to pull for the limited character right now, but I might want a character later on. So yeah, kind of already just being selective already. Plus, I don't know how much the cost is because I haven't done the exchange yet. So I haven't done a limited um banner poll. There's like three different currencies. You got the free currency for the standard banner, or I guess the currency for the standard banner characters and artifacts, relics, weapons. And then you have the kind of like Wua, or yeah, basically Wua, where the limited character has its own currency to exchange into, and then the weapon has its or own currency as well, and then the standard one has the same. It's pretty much just like that. I just don't know what the exchange is, if it's 1600 like all the others, or 1500, whatever it is. I just haven't done it yet. But other than that, I am enjoying the game. I do have Star Savior downloaded, but I haven't started the game. It's kind of just there, if I'm gonna be honest. Encore can be sus. Who says lollies can't be sus? Just look at the architect disguised as a lolly. But it's Encore. That's all I got. That's all I got, Nova. I'm not saying they can't be sus, but come on, it's Encore. Let's do this. Do people ever complain about goon gotchas? If they do, then I'm not sure what kind of drug they're using. I would say the only people that complains about gooner gotchas are basically just people who don't like the goon. Or maybe there's just too much of it. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. I just know in the beginning of Zenless, that was like one of the big things about people complain about. But honestly, I think they've been doing well with Zenless despite the despite the whole Gooner thing. Because it's not essentially their focus, it's just there. They're letting it be known. But it's not entirely the focus, because the story is still pretty good. The story is still pretty good. I felt the difference when you have a team with no Linne versus Linne. Imeth ult just triples in damage. I mean, all you have to really do is play out two different teams, one with and one without Linne, which you can clearly feel with like Whimpering Waste, because you have to use two teams regardless, or I guess even the tower, because you need what, a total of 4 teams, one for the side towers and then 2 for the middle, right? I mean, Cardathea still hits really hard, but Imeth is just on a whole different level. Whole different level. Literally nukes the board or field. Old stamina card Super Creek is called the Old Reliable. Hey, I agree. Super Creek been old reliable for since I've been using her. Since I've been using her, cause, and I wouldn't say Super Creek wasn't even doing that bad, because my Marzensky was the highest trained Uma I have so far. I got halfway to UA9. Got pretty close to um US, so I'm pretty sure I was using that setup, same setup I was using with Kita, because I was like, I use this for Marzensky, I'm gonna use this for Kita as well. So I'm fairly certain it was um the same setup, but I don't know, just weird, because sometimes it does feel like the stamina card isn't doing as well. Even with when I use the current Bokador, it does feel that way also, if I'm gonna be honest. Because I'm pretty sure it's been happening with the other um, trainings besides me using my Super Quick one. So I don't know. I don't know. And then lastly, scam banner support cards. I am just missing 2 of those at MLB at the moment. It's because, like I said, you have like all the cards. You got like all the cards. You know, a lot of this summer training was kind of cheeks. Well, not kind of. It was just cheeks. They were just bad. They were just bad, which means my speed stat is it's just gonna take most of the last training. So it is what it is. But other than that, that's pretty much it for all the comments. Let me just refresh just to be sure. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the comments. So thank you, Nova and Rick, for the comments, and also Kazuki for jumping in, replying in one of the comments, or one of Rick's comments. And I guess we'll just finish the training, see how low we got in the UA. I'm assuming we're still gonna get UA, just fairly low. Although I wouldn't be surprised if we somehow end up with just a barely UA or UB9. But I doubt it. I think we should be high enough for a low UA at least. On my nose is having one of its moments again. Holding back a sneeze right now. Holding back a sneeze right now. I'll just do this. I could have done better with this training. But I'll just try and squeeze in as many more trainings as I can in between now and tomorrow's video. I don't know who I'm going to train tomorrow. Maybe I'll bring back Kita just because it's going to be the last training prior to the CM. I know I did train Kita, what, on Friday? I would like to say, yeah, Friday. So I don't know. I don't know who I'll bring. Could try Hoko Tatomai again. Or, I don't know, whoever else, I guess. Might resort back to Kita just because it'd be dope to get the Kita one on while I record it. If I do end up getting a good one trained, at least. It doesn't have to be the first US, but it could just be like another UA9 or UA8 maybe. Just another Uma I can use for the CM, but we'll see what happens. What I do know is I still gotta record Global, and I feel like I'm in the same schedule with Global. In a way, because tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon is probably gonna be the CM. And then it'll just be my Thursday video and Friday. And then I'll just be the same thing as JP, where I'll post day 2, round 2 on Monday, if it's the same, but I'll check it later. I'll check that later to see if that's the case. If not, well, I'll just I'll just work accordingly, I guess, or record accordingly. But let's just get this out of the way. And then we can see if we did get a UA, but I'm pretty sure we did. I'm pretty sure we did. Huh. Yeah, I'll just get more of the bottom things here that I missed out on. Not missed out, but skipped up on. Might have to end up going back up anyway, so... Okay, we'll just... over here... I guess. I guess. We'll just do all that instead of overthinking it. Didn't get an S aptitude on dirt at the very least. We'll just do that. Turn the tables. That. How did we do? How did we do? I'll probably try and train another cap. Yeah, we got a UA. Oh, that was way higher than I thought. I don't know why I thought it was low then. Oh well. I mean, I guess it wasn't that bad. Now that I look at it. Turf. I guess. Yeah, I guess it wasn't as bad. Could have gone higher in speed, obviously. Don't know why I only had 2100 flat as my cap. I thought I would have had at least a little bit more to it, like normal, but yeah, could have done a little bit more in stamina to kind of push a guts a lot higher, and then obviously I've had Y's at 1600, so. But 2027 speed, 1491 stamina, 1700 power, 1014 guts, and 1572 on Y's with no S aptitude, and does not cut it in the top 3 of my Oguri Cap runs, or Christmas Oguri Cap runs. So with that being said, guys, that is going to be it for this video. If you guys have made it this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and let me know how you guys are doing with your prep, if you guys have been done or are just continuing your prep until the CM starts, and also who you are bringing to the CM yourselves. But if there's anything else you want to talk about or ask me, just leave it down in the comment section down below. As long as appropriate, I'll go over it. And if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description as well. So with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you once again, and as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.